Good morning, sixth grade. Here's your lesson for today. You have Module 4, Lesson 33. Table of contents. 1, your math quote. 2, what this topic is about. 3, your objective. 4, your review. And 5, your concept development. This week is slightly different because your assignment is on the next slide. Your quote, "Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." Confucius. One more time. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. What is this topic about? In today's lesson, equations become inequalities. When given a set of numbers, you will substitute each given number for the variable to determine if that number makes the equation or inequality true. Your objective. I will determine if an inequality is true or false. And you will find values from a specified set, if any, to make the inequality true. Review. b plus 9 equals 15. To solve this algebraically, I'm going to use the inverse of addition. The inverse of addition is subtraction, and the value I have next to the variable is 9. Therefore, I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. That cancels out my 9s and leaves b by itself. So b equals 6. When we substitute, we replace the variable with the number. If we add 6 plus 9, we get 15. So our answer is correct. Similarly, in today's lesson, we can do that with an inequality. So let's take a look. b plus 9 is less than 15. Again, the inequality balances your number sentence. So to solve for b, you can subtract 9 from both sides because it's the inverse. That cancels out the 9s and leaves your b by itself. So b is less than 6. In this case, because b is less than 6, I'm going to replace b with a number less than 6, for example, 5. 5 plus 9 is 14, and 14 is less than 15. So now we have the following directions. Which numbers, if any, make the equation or inequality true from the following set of numbers? 0, 3, 4, 5, 9, 13, 18, 24. Notice how I've highlighted if any, because sometimes none of these numbers will make these true. And that's okay. That's why if you look at the chart, there's a column that says none. So for this particular problem, you need to take each equation one by one, and you need to plug in the numbers to make it true. So let's start with the first one. We have 4g equals 36. So I put it on a post-it. 4g equals 36. It is implied that when a coefficient and a variable are next to each other, we are multiplying, and the inverse of multiplication is division. The number next to the variable is 4, so that's the number I'm going to divide by. So I divide by 4 on both sides, and my answer is g equals 9. There's only one possible answer for this one. So when I go back to my chart, I only add one check mark under the 9. Let's move on to the next. Now we have 4g is greater than or equal to 36. So again, 4g is multiplication, the inverse is division, so I divide by 4 on each side. Therefore, that leaves the g by itself. G is greater than or equal to 9. In this case, 9 is still an answer because it's equal to 9, but it can also be greater than 9. So when I go back to my chart, notice how my numbers are in order from least to greatest. It makes it easy because I know 9 is the minimum answer, and also 13, 18, and 24. So this particular inequality had 4 options from this set of numbers. All right, let's take 1/4 y equals 7. So 1/4 is the same thing as division, and the inverse of division is multiplication. So I multiply by 4 on either side, and that leaves the y by itself. 7 times 4 is 28. So for this particular equation, because there is an equal sign, y should equal 28. However, when I look at my chart, I do not have 28 in my set of numbers. Therefore, I'm going to select none. Last one, m minus 3 is less than or equal to 10. So when I subtract 3, the inverse is addition, so I add 3 to both sides. That leaves the m by itself, and 10 plus 3 is 13. Therefore, m is less than or equal to 13. Again, 13 is a possible answer, but so is every number under 13 in my set. So when I go back, I'm going to start at 13, but also 9, and also 5, and also 4, 3, and 0. This is a complete answer. Don't forget to log on to office hours if you have any questions.